Get your daily news fix with Newssource Scrawler's latest edition, 22 February 2025, featuring crypto, politics, tech, and more.
Reuters indicates that Trump's deportation rate was lower than Biden's during his final year in office. CBS attorneys announce plans to request Donald Trump's personal financial details if his 60 Minutes lawsuit advances to the discovery stage. George Clooney criticizes the Biden administration for being poor at explaining our global economy, while Fox claims Clooney acknowledges the media's failure to report on Biden's alleged incapacities.
A Gallup survey reveals that almost 10% of U.S. adults now identify as LGBTQ. Last year, Gallup reported that LGBTQ+ identification in the U.S. had reached 7.6%. An analysis indicates that sepsis rates have risen in Texas following the abortion ban. A Chinese research team has discovered a novel bat coronavirus that may potentially infect humans through the same transmission pathway as COVID-19. Amazon is set to acquire creative control of the James Bond franchise from the Broccoli family, and Jeff Bezos is seeking input from social media to help select the next James Bond following the surprising acquisition by Amazon Studios. Additionally, Benson Boone's song Beautiful Things has been the best-selling single globally in 2025. Furthermore, Netflix plans to invest $1 billion in Mexico over the next 4 years to produce films and television shows within the country.
Ivory Coast assumes control of the final French military base as French forces withdraw, according to the defense minister, who also states that France will retain 80 military personnel in the country. Kyrgyzstan and Tajikistan have reached an agreement to resolve a long-standing border conflict. Azerbaijan has mandated the cessation of BBC News broadcasts in Azerbaijani within Baku.
CNN states that Trump aims to eliminate the IRS and substitute it with tariffs. The FTC chair appointed by Trump initiates a significant inquiry into big tech for alleged bullying and censorship. Reuters reports that Trump is attempting to transform Asia's energy supplies by introducing U.S. gas.
Blocking mobile internet on smartphones enhances sustained attention, mental health, and subjective well-being. Physical activity reduces internet addiction among Chinese college students. The sweetener aspartame worsens atherosclerosis by causing insulin-induced inflammation.
Mexico's president has declared that the country will not tolerate any perceived invasion by the United States in the ongoing battle against drug cartels. He has pledged to safeguard Mexico's national sovereignty following the U.S. designation of certain cartels as terrorist organizations. In response to these U.S. actions, Mexico is planning to amend its constitution. Meanwhile, Canada has followed the U.S. example by labeling 7 Latin American criminal groups as terrorist entities. Additionally, the CEO of Rotterdam Port has expressed concerns that the port is the most susceptible to potential U.S. energy tariffs. President Donald J. Trump has issued a directive aimed at preventing the unfair exploitation of American innovation, and he has signed an order to protect American companies from what he describes as overseas extortion.
ESPN intends to incorporate content created by users into its forthcoming flagship streaming service. Marvel has allegedly changed priorities and halted work on 3 television shows, one of which is a Doctor Strange series featuring Wong. Spotify is reportedly aiming to increase the availability of AI-narrated audiobooks on its platform. U.S. senators suggest that Ukraine should automatically become a NATO member if Russia breaches the ceasefire. China's foreign minister states that the country backs the recent consensus reached between the U.S. and Russia regarding the Ukraine conflict. The Kremlin announces that President Putin and China's Xi Jinping will discuss the U.S.-Russia talks conducted in Saudi Arabia.
Felix AI introduces Helix, a comprehensive vision language action model designed for generalist humanoid control, featuring complete upper body functionality and the ability to work with multiple robots. Clone Robotics presents Protoclone, an android without a face that exhibits lifelike motions and can simulate death if pierced. For the first time, Amazon generates more revenue than Walmart. The United States suggests a UN text for Ukraine that does not mention the occupied territories, which diplomats claim. According to Reuters, the U.S. might restrict Ukraine's access to Starlink internet services due to minerals, as stated by sources. President Trump reverses his stance, stating that Russia attacked Ukraine, and he anticipates a mineral deal soon. Reuters indicates that Russia might agree to release $300 billion in frozen assets as a component of a Ukraine war settlement, according to sources. Coinbase announces that the SEC has consented to dismiss the lawsuit, indicating the conclusion of their legal conflict in the cryptocurrency domain. Additionally, the SEC has granted approval for the first yield-bearing stablecoin, YLDS, which offers an annual percentage rate of 3.85%. Furthermore, the NFT marketplace OpenSea has stated that the SEC is concluding its investigation into their operations. Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella acknowledges that AI is currently producing minimal value. He criticizes AGI milestones as nonsensical benchmark hacking, suggesting that AI agents could only manage a Fortune 500 company with a sandboxed assurance. The New York Times notes that AI is driving an evolution, not extinction, for coders. Meta asserts that torrenting pirated books is not illegal without evidence of seeding, and also states that it ensured not to seed any pirated books. OpenAI has taken action by removing users from China and North Korea who are believed to be involved in harmful activities. Additionally, OpenAI has discovered new Chinese influence campaigns that are utilizing its tools. Meanwhile, in Australia, the Parliament has approved a groundbreaking framework aimed at preventing scams. In the United States, the Securities and Exchange Commission (SEC) has established a new unit dedicated to safeguarding investors from fraud in the cryptocurrency and artificial intelligence sectors.
Japan is reportedly looking for Tesla to invest in Nissan, while Foxconn is said to be reaching out to Honda. XPeng, a Chinese electric vehicle manufacturer, plans to expand its global market presence to 60 locations by 2025, according to the CEO. The U.S. government is reportedly removing electric vehicle chargers from all federal buildings, citing them as not mission-critical. Philippines removed from FATF gray list as Laos, Nepal added to watch list. Ghost ransomware has hit firms in over 70 countries, FBI and CISA warn. Bybit hit by crypto's worst hack with almost $1.5 billion stolen.
A justice from Brazil's Supreme Court has issued a nationwide suspension order for Rumble, citing alleged non-compliance with regulations. Meanwhile, Apple is in the process of removing iCloud's end-to-end encryption features in the United Kingdom, following pressure from the government to include backdoors. Additionally, a significant collection of leaked chat logs from the Blockbuster ransomware group has been revealed, shedding light on the gang's main members and the victims they have targeted.
Microsoft has introduced a new AI agent capable of managing software and robots. Meanwhile, AI startup DeepSeek plans to release 5 code repositories next week to promote full transparency. Additionally, AI has successfully addressed a superbug issue in just 2 days, a task that previously took scientists years to accomplish.
NASA's Webb telescope displays quick light show from Milky Way's central black hole. South Sudan shuts schools for 2 weeks due to heat wave. New York Times notes, lacking support from Egypt or Jordan, Trump seems to retreat from his Gaza plan. Trump recently mentions he hasn't reviewed Egypt's response to his Gaza plan.
Tim Cook allegedly informs Trump that Apple plans to invest hundreds of billions in the United States, expressing a desire to avoid tariffs. Japan cautions about the potential impact of China's export controls on chip materials. It is reportedly stated that Trump's tariffs aim at $29.3 billion worth of EU steel and aluminium.
Spotify Weekly Top Songs Global from Friday, February 7th to Thursday, February 13th, 2025. Die with a Smile by Lady Gaga and Bruno Mars, Not Like Us by Kendrick Lamar, Luther with SZA, by Kendrick Lamar and SZA APT. By Rose and Bruno Mars. Nintendo US digital top sellers as of February 18, 2025. Hello Kitty Island Adventure, Super Mario Party Jamboree, Minecraft Stardew Valley.
Steam's most popular games. Discover the globally top-selling and top-played titles on Steam. Based on the top 100 revenue products list, for the period from Tuesday, February 4, 2025, to Tuesday, February 11, 2025. Kingdom Come, Deliverance 2, Counter-Strike 2, Sid Meier's Civilization 7, Monster Hunter Wilds, PUBG, Battlegrounds, Marvel Rivals.